Chris, first week of the new season is done. How's it gone?
Good, yeah. Nice to get the new starters in. I think we've all, myself, Lauren and Tom, been quite excited to get them back in. We always have a sense of excitement around the new players, seeing the returners. Yeah, first couple of sessions have been good. Wednesday was pleasing, albeit the result, but no, it's been good.
Just looking at the new first years then, that have joined the team this week, how have they settled in both on and off the pitch?
Good, yeah. I think the biggest thing is that all just good people, like nice people to be around already. Seems like a really good vibe amongst the girls, which is something that we need to be better at. We need to try and create, little more of a better feel around the place, especially when we, in the way that we react to defeats. We had a couple of defeats last season. We've just been speaking with our leadership group there around how we can do some work now, so that when those defeats do come in the future, that we're not overreacting and stuff, which is probably a little bit guilty of that last season at times. But no, it seems like a good vibe, good place to be, and hopefully we can have a solid season.
You mentioned the leadership group there. Just kind of explain who's involved and what that's for.
Yeah, so started off with, obviously Jazz was the captain. She's moved on now after 4 years with us. So Hannah Collins will assume the role of sort of being the lead team captain, if you like, supported by Danny and Taylor, who were part of that group last season. And then we've added Julia Narmore, who's obviously moving into her second year. She displayed some really good characteristics last season, some good leadership, so she'll form part of that. So those 4 girls will be sort of the go-between between myself and the rest of the squad. Yeah.
It's worth mentioning a couple of the injured players, the new injured players that have come in, Indiana and Mia. How important is it for you and your team to integrate them and keep them involved whilst they're on the sideline at the start?
Definitely, yeah. I think that's goes back to what I'm saying about the off-pitch stuff that we'll be doing over the next couple of weeks. They'll be heavily involved in that. Indy, obviously, we know from the summer camp, she's got a really good personality. Mia's literally just arrived, so everybody will spend time to get to know each other. But we've got a few activities penciled in over the next few days where we're going to spend time together as a team, and hopefully just find out as much as we can about each other. Yeah.
Your team did it incredibly once again last season, winning 5 out of a possible 6 trophies. The progression since the first season back in 2021 has been absolutely outstanding. How do you deal with it and manage expectations, as it was nigh on a perfect season last year?
Yeah, again, goes back to the point I'm saying around, we got beat by Macclesfield over there, we lost to Everton in the Cup, and it felt like the end of the world. I think because when you're so used to winning, when those defeats come, it can be difficult. For me, really, we've won those trophies and those plaudits and stuff, but it is, it sounds a bit corny, but it is about development and making sure that people are getting better. I think the fact that we've got girls that are attached to other clubs regularly now playing in Tier 4, for me, highlights the benefit of the programme here in particular, training every day. The main sort of challenges for us is to be competitive and do well in the leagues where we can gain promotions, because it means that every year the standard and the level's getting better. And we'll be looking to do that again this season, but there'll be more than enough games. I think last season we played over 50 games. This season it'll probably be around 60 at least, so there'll be enough games, enough competition and enough opportunity.
I guess the big one that's eluded us is the 𝗵𝗺𝗹𝘆 Cup, in which the finals obviously played at a big professional stadium. Yeah. Is that something that you're really striving to achieve this year?
Definitely, yeah. I think it's the one that we're missing off the set, really. We've been unfortunate. The first year we lost on penalties, and then since then we've just, I think it was penalties the second year, and then last year we just went to Everton and didn't perform really. So it's definitely one that we're targeting. It's been frustrating watching on in the last couple of seasons and seeing where the games have been played in some nice venues. So yeah, it's definitely one that's going to be high up on the priorities for the girls. Yeah.
As ever, we've had some players that have completed the programme. One of which being the all-time record goal scorer, 𝗵𝗶𝗶𝗲. Had to mention her. She scored 145 goals in her time with us. Obviously, a massive player that we're missing this year.
Yeah, and obviously. Jolie's achievements on the pitch were massive, but also off the pitch as well. She was a great personality, but as were all the girls that have graduated. We're going to miss them, both on and off the field. It does feel a bit weird, but it also does feel a little bit like a completely new start. I think from a pure football perspective, with regards to Jolie, we're not going to get anybody that's going to score 140 odd goals in 3 seasons, but it's about how can everybody chip in, and if you got 5 last season, get 10 this year. If you got 15, get 20, and we'll start to make up that shortfall hopefully. But yeah, I just want to say, go on record and saying that the girls that have graduated, unbelievable. Yeah, the ones that came in the first year and sort of stuck the neck out for this programme and believed in something, and it was a pleasure to work with them for the 3 years that we did, and obviously we wish them all the best in what they're doing next.
Just going back to Jolly for a moment, it was announced recently that she had signed her first ever professional contract in Turkey. How proud are you to see her go on and play at the top level?
Brilliant, yeah, I know she went to a club back in the States for a little bit that seemed to have quite a good reputation of then moving girls back into the professional game. So yeah, delighted for Jolie, she deserves it. Her journey here wasn't always smooth plain sailing, she had a lot of ups and downs, but I definitely think there's something there that can be worked with in the professional game. And obviously, yeah, the good thing is now that social media brings everybody together, doesn't it, and we can watch her career hopefully develop over the next couple of years and see where it takes her.
I know you've just mentioned her as well, but got to give a mention to the OG captain, 𝗵𝗶𝗸𝗆, with us since the very start in 2021. Just a few words on her as a player and a person, and what she's done for the programme as well.
Yeah, she was already sort of captain when I arrived. She was the face of the programme. I felt just everything with Jas just felt like an event. Every game felt like a massive deal, and I loved that. I personally thrived off that. She was really intense, really determined. I know that she's looking to continue playing. Definitely advise people to have a look at her, because she's got a lot to offer. But yeah, on the pitch was brilliant. Off the pitch, she was so passionate and just wanted the best. I think she wanted the best for the girls and wanted the best for the programme, and I genuinely felt that. So yeah, another big loss, but like I say, it means somebody else has got to step up and take that opportunity.
Yeah, I know you mentioned it earlier briefly. That means Hannah Collins stepped up from vice captain to take the full captaincy role. How important is her leadership, and will it be for the first years as well?
Yeah, I think Hannah's a really good example in terms of what a good student athlete looks like. Well, I say an outstanding student athlete. Just graduated with the first class honours. The biggest thing about Hannah is that she's always training, always available. She's robust, plays the most minutes. She'll have a different leadership style to Jas, and that'll be interesting to see how it works. But I think that's something that I'm looking forward to, and seeing what she's going to do with it. She's got some really good ideas, and my thing with the leadership group is just to make it what they want. Ultimately, it's about the way that they think it's going to be best to engage the girls off the pitch. So yeah, Hannah's already had some really good ideas and a good input. She's fantastic with the girls coming in. The new starters have contacted her via social media and stuff. So yeah, she's had a really good start.
And as well as Hannah, we've also got 𝗵, Bianca and Kelly coming back to do a Masters, a fourth year with us. How big of a boost is that for the squad?
Yeah, I think obviously from a numbers perspective it's brilliant. From a quality perspective it's unbelievable. And just to have their experience around, I think is going to be huge as well. So yeah, 4 players that have been incredible for us over the past 3 seasons. So to have another year out of them, hopefully squeeze a bit more out of them 𝗵𝗶𝗸𝗆 would be really good the last couple of years.
Just finally, Chris, turning our attentions back to this season. First competitive game is this Sunday. We achieved obviously promotion for the first time of asking last year in the Sunday League. So obviously playing our trade at a higher level. How much tougher will it be, and what are your goals in that division?
Yeah, no, it will be tougher. Sort of looking at the majority of the teams in that league, that that will be a tough division for us. There's a few teams already in there that I know of, and know some of the girls that have signed, particularly 𝗃𝗏 as an example. They'll be really strong. So yeah, it's going to be difficult, but the beauty of what we've done here is that we can offer that youth football in the NFYL. We can offer that sort of more senior youth football with books, and obviously we've got that to a good level, and then we can offer senior football on a Sunday. And it's about us as staff pitching it at the right level. If somebody needs a physical challenge, they'll play more on Sundays. But it's going to be interesting. The aim would be for us to go and win it. I want to get to tier 5, tier 4 as quick as we can. That's the stretch target. But obviously we've got to earn the right to do that, and it's going to be really difficult.